We're looking at geometry, lesson 1-3, problem number 4, found on page 23 of your textbook. This is talking about the midpoint. If you'll remember that when something is at the midpoint, by definition, that means that it is halfway. It equally divides the two sections, which means that this section is going to be equal to this section over here. Okay? Now, if we look at this particular problem, you've got that means that PQ is going to be equal to QR. So if you look carefully here, since PQ is 6x minus 7 and QR is 5x plus 1, you're literally going to set those equal to each other. And then as you begin to solve the problem, you're going to subtract that 5x over to this side, which gives you that x right there. X minus 7 equals 1. Now in step number 2, if I add the 7 over to this side, that's where I end up with 8. So x ends up being 8. Now, what we have to do is to find PQ, you can substitute in to the 6x minus 7, which is what PQ is. You can substitute the 8 in there, and that becomes 48 minus 7, or what we know of as 41. Now, because we know that they are the same, we could just automatically, we know that PR is going to be the same length as well. However, to prove that, we can take the 5x plus 1, put in the 8 for that because x was 8, and we also end up with 41 as well. And then both of those together, 41 and 41, are going to equal to 82. So this one right here is this particular one. Once you found that one was 41, you automatically should know that the other one is 41, and that can save you a little bit of time in the process. Now, let's look at the got it. Number 4a. Is it necessary to substitute 8 for x in the expression for QR in order to find QR? Well, I just explained that to you. If we know that PQ was 41, then we automatically know that QR is 41. So the answer is no. You don't necessarily have to substitute 8 in there. You can, but you don't have to be in order to find the length of QR. And then B, U is the midpoint of TV, so it wants to know what TU is, which is this section right here. It wants to know what UV is, which is this section right here. And then, of course, it wants to know what the whole length is. Now, in order to do that, we're going to do exactly what we did before. Because it told us that U was the midpoint, that means that 8x plus 11 is equal to 12x minus 1. So I'm going to pull my 8x over to this side. So that's going to leave me with 11 equals 4x, because if I subtract that 8x over, I'm going to get 4x minus 1. Now I'm going to add the 1 over to this side, which is going to leave me with 4x equals 12. Now remember, you can have x on either side. It doesn't really matter. Divide both sides by 4, and x is going to be equal to 3. Okay. Now again, that's just part of the problem. If we want to know TU, then I'm going to put 8. I'm going to substitute the 3 in, and then I'm going to add 11. That ends up being 24 plus 11, which actually comes out to be 35. Now again, we could substitute in right here for this x to find UV, because this is TU right here. But to find UV, if we remember, if that really is the midpoint and this one is 35, then this one is automatically going to be 35 as well. And that can save you a little time in the long run. And then together, T all the way to V would be the 35 and the 35 put together. So TV is going to end up being a total of 70. All right. Hope this worked good for you.